game. It's the Steelers and the Silver and Black under the lights on Sunday night.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. With you from Vegas, I'm Brandon Gaudin. To my left is Charles Davis. A CD changing times with this Raiders organization. Gone after 9 years is Derek Carr, the franchise's all-time passing leader. And in steps Jimmy Garoppolo.
And what we know about Jimmy Garoppolo... display is what I call breezy confidence. He's able to distribute the ball to a good runner and guys out wide, and teams adopt his attitude, and they play and perform at a high level for him.
But meanwhile, the visiting Steelers come into 2023 with something to prove. They finished above 500 at 9-8 last year, but wound up on the outside looking in terms of the playoff race.
And you and I both know how it is around Pittsburgh. Death taxes and the Steelers finish 500 or above. But they want to get beyond that. They want to get back to those days when the Steelers were playing deep into the playoffs for the chance to go to the Super Bowl. And they feel like this team is continuing to get better.
And off we go from Las Vegas. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Now the third-year man, Najee Harris. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Pickett. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 2. Pickett will look to throw it here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Pickett looking to throw on second down. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Las Vegas' pass rush was one of the weakest in the league last season, but don't tell that to Crosby. He earned Defensive Player of the Year votes with 12.5 sacks, nearly half of his team's total.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Harris running straight ahead. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Pickett back to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Boswell's kick is good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Well, when they began that opening drive, they didn't have the best field position, but they were able to move the ball enough, Charles, to just get in his range to take the 3-0 advantage.
Absolutely, because considering where they began that series, I think they're pretty happy to be sitting at 3-zip right now.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem is ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
And Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offensive coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. A first carry for the All-Pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
Get something to do yourself.
3rd and 12. Now Garoppolo. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
The key to any screenplay is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Here's Austin. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Pickett. And he is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Pickett. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Pickett right back to the air again. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
They run for it with Harris. Powerful running. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the 1st with a very effective stiff arm. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Now here's another carry for Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Rock and roll, baby.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line running game imposing its will.
2nd and a couple. Looking to throw, Pickett. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll try and run with Harris. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with Harris. And this time he is in. Najee Harris taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. DeAndre Carter returning it. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st down, Garoppolo gets it downfield to Mayer. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Come on, baby. Get
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at about the 14. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And controlling the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, y'all. That motor.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with a 10-0 lead, you figure they won't try to do anything foolish here. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
At the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. We got a fine first half out of the former Alabama man, Najee Harris. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Nothing is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
2nd and 10. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Let's go, y'all.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 16. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call with trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They hand this off to Harris. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, this play sequence is really kind of calling reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Trying with Pickett here on 3rd down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Tyree Wilson drops it for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Here comes Carter. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. 15 before they drop it.
Official foul, roughing the passer, defense.
What was that, ref?
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. So a toss play there does the trick as it's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 and 10-7. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Pickett. Finding Harris over the middle. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Second down, here's Pickett. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here, and maybe...
In the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. That third down conversion good for 23.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. They'll throw again with Pickett. Here's Freiermuth again. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
See what we got to do here.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
2nd and short, that's a run down, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense. Man, they got to let us play.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Pickett, he's going to throw it again. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. The linebacker, Robert Spillane, making a big play.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, and somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. Boswell's kick is good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They are nothing.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Garoppolo now. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Larry Ogunjobi. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Ogunjobi fit in well with the black and gold, even if it's 1.5 sacks, were his lowest since his rookie season. The Steelers, they gave him a new 3-year deal to continue to be a space eater in the middle of the defensive line.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gains.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs. Right at the 30. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Whatever it takes, I'll get it.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. He's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 65 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's go, let's go. Let's go.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, this is Harris.
Najee Harris, the ball carrier. The tackle made.
and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with a football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Trying to take this home, no run. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now Pickett on fourth down. He's got the first down and more than that. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Let's ride, dog. Come on, let's go.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Let's go, let's go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this? Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
And they take a knee.
Let's go, let's go now, let's go. That's what it is, that's what it is, man.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. On the give, this is Harris. And a short pickup there down to about the 9.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Pick it down to a knee, and that is going to do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is